I'm here right outside of the Congress building where parents from different states and cities across the nation have gathered to send a message to the government and public school systems across the nation. That message is to stop pushing for ideological transformation in the classrooms. Some parents even telling us that schools are going so far as to help students change their gender identity, but without the parents knowing about it.
This policy says that public school can assist in the gender transition of your child without your consent.
Gender transition program, 6 pages, deciding which bathrooms to use, which pronouns to use when they would go on school field trips, whether to room with boys or girls, and the parents had no idea.
It's a new and dangerous way of thinking to think that the child should be taken from the safety and the protection of the parent and raised by the state instead.
Och med tanke på att kongressen just nu arbetar för att anta en lag om social välfärd för att finansiera allmän förskola, är vissa oroliga för att dessa stora statliga pengar bara kommer att driva igenom denna politik genom statligt drivna förskolor.
Child care costs are expensive, preschool's expensive, some extra support sounds great, but parents should be warned. If the federal government becomes the primary funder of child care and preschool, it will be in control of what happens in child care and preschool.
Vissa konservativa kongressledamöter menar att regeringen inte bör överväga mer finansiering utan mindre.
I'm all about cutting the funding. For God's sakes, the only thing that I've learned in my short 10 months up here in D.C. is follow the money, and if you pull the strings and you stop that appropriation, that gets their attention. And that's the way I look at things.
So I think in Congress, focusing on removing a lot of these wealthy influences into the school district, a lot of money that often goes, for example, Merrick Garland's son-in-law. A lot of that money goes to his publishing company that's selling critical race theory to these schools.
Politikern Tennis ställer sig bakom det andra föräldrarnas budskap. Den nuvarande regeringen och skolsystemet skapar en skiljelinje mellan föräldrar och deras barn.
This thing that I did, apparently it has struck a blow against the communists, because that's who the real enemy is. That's who we are fighting against. Never forget who we are fighting against. This effort of indoctrination and sexualization of your children and the grooming of your kids, it is being done by the communists. And don't let this moment stop here. Keep going, keep fighting, because God is on our side.
Det fortsätter för att återställa föräldrarnas rättigheter och skydda det heliga bandet mellan föräldrar och barn.